Welcome to the stream, and hopefully you're having a beautiful day. As we are a little bit behind schedule, it doesn't really matter because we're about to have a banger of a game, and it's going to be, well, Preasy versus Secret, and it's going to be the iLogo versus the Lightning Flash, pretty much. And we are about to hop into the game. Before we do that, we are going to be talking a few key points about them. So, Preasy, well, as a lineup entirely, they did win the last EPL. Coming very close of being knocked out, but coming kind of making a little bit of a comeback, a renaissance, and making it look very good at their point where they were doing very well. Meanwhile, on Group C start, they actually lost against Mouse NXT. Every single time I keep forgetting what the team is, but at the same time, Secret lost their respectable game, which was a little bit of a weird situation as they kind of had some good moments against K10. But at the end of the day, they just couldn't hang on a server. So, Secret's lineup on the screen at the moment. Instant, Anarchid's Maze, Kind. Actually, I think it's Kindo. I'm not entirely sure. 1000, and that's a pretty fresh lineup. By the way, I got a new shirt. Look at this one. Yeah, that's EPL merch. And donuts on the right side. So, hopefully it looks good for the stream. So, the map actually that got banned was going to be Mirage and Nuke, so we're not going to see the default maps this time around, but we are going to be hopping into an Inferno. That's actually pretty cool. I've been waiting for an Inferno cast for a little while now, and after that we are going to be hopping into Anubis. It seems to be a Secret's own map that they enjoy a lot. Seems to be that maybe Nuke seems to be one of the strongest maps that they had, as Preasy decided to ban it, but at the same time, when I'm checking it out, they actually have 0% in it. So, and actually HLTV looks like, I don't know, actually they went for the ban, if I understood correctly. Yeah, so their best map seems to be Mirage, as Preasy did ban it, but Preasy don't actually play Mirage. So it's actually possible that Anubis could be their best map statistically. Not entirely sure. The problem is at the moment from HLTV you barely can see any percentage for this new lineup. And for the side of Preasy, well, you actually have some numbers here. They're not going to be great, but respectable, especially knowing where they have been playing. And as we are going to be starting on Inferno, Secret has 2 maps played, but 0% win rate. I'm not entirely sure what's about to happen here. I have no idea what could be the possibilities, because this is Preasy's pick. But at the same time, we have seen some, well, some 0% victories before. But yeah, like I said, welcome to the server, boys. Hopefully you're having a good time. And after a few energy drinks, this show is about to start. But it is, well, let's say it like this: it will start with a bang, especially from that pistol, as Roy is getting just a little bit closer towards that middle. Already they should have the information in about a second what kind of a hold they actually have here. It's going to be that one-man to probe towards Banana. This is pretty much a setup meant to bamboozle the enemy, so Kindo with his teammate are going to be pretty much sacrificing themselves with the Banana push. Meanwhile, the rest of the players stacking B side. Oh, look at that. It's going to work out so well. Dupree coming up with the first kill. That's going to be on our kids to get the tray, but meanwhile, to get the information, there's a little bit of a push. Actually trying to check what's on towards that A side, but seeing that it's empty, they understand. It is a stack towards the B side, a double kill coming in from Roy, and that's very quick. We had a few games where Roy was kind of missing in action. Of course, on the last season, a Nuke looking ridiculous on those entries at the moment. Pretty much continuing where he left off. So as long as those pistols come in action, we might actually see a ridiculous entry game from Roy. Hopefully we're going to see something like that. Alright. This time around, the little stack doesn't work. Preasy from the start of the round pretty much already pressing by 4 players towards that A side. And Dupree, the only one to really go down from that situation, dies happily, as he knows that the round will be theirs. Round of the board for Preasy, starting off their map pick pretty well. And by the way, some other news. We were supposed to have 2 best of 3s today, so the second one got, well, rescheduled for tomorrow. I will be casting tomorrow as well. I will be casting the first 2 games. After that, I think it's Magisk Abbas who will be casting the 3rd game. So, Magisk covering me on the lone point. Thank you for that. Molotovs at the start. This will be a little bit of a forced round. Actually, a very forced round from the start of Secret. Pretty much spending every penny. And a push coming on towards that B side from the airiness. And of course, can't catch the player. Altex already very low on the push. As TMB and refresh as well. Starting utility. Hitting the right players, it seems. Through the smoke. A few pop taps. None of the players really hitting anything. Oh, the Deagle gets a little bit out of hand. That seems to be the push coming in for debris. Still fighting. Actually playing it off. Dropping that smoke gives them a little bit more space to work on. Work with towards that B side. And the round gets reset. Seems like the 4 weapons will be saved. Wait a minute, are they gonna... No. Okay. Preasy, understanding the situation, looking at their HP at the moment. If they actually try to go for those weapon hunts... to be honest, Altex and Debris, they could have gone for the farm. Maybe even try to fight that situation into an explosion. If they don't drop the players. The problem is, if any of those AKs get dropped in between, or even that Galil, Secret might even have a better buy for the next round. Bro, you can literally see the kills on the screen. Yeah. Okay, Yak, peace. That's a bit of a W. Good job. Alright. Scout tag, Roy. Opting in to go for that first entry. Gets reminded that there might be a scout nearby. Seems to be still those 2 FAMASs in work. That's 1 for the ace, and 1 seems to be still on towards... Wait a minute. What kind of a stack do they have at the moment? They're missing a player. They have a boost towards long. So, a few tabs coming in. This setup can actually work out. If they just decide to go through it, they might find a little bit of a bullet hazier. TMP dropping his utility as he will be entering, it seems like. Still holding on towards that side. Utility finally dropping off. That's going to be the cross, and even coils being smoked off. Even a boost coming in from the backside. Now it's going to work out. Oh, that nade is working out very well. Even a boost coming into action. That's already 3 kills for the side of Secret, and Preasy finding it a little bit troublesome getting on towards that B side. It seemed like they had a double stack on top of B side for this round. And Preasy, without actually probing on what's on towards that A side. Oh, refresh. Reads the situation correctly, but the problem is Innocent with that P250 is just a little bit quicker. Preasy for this round, they don't actually probe it or take any information. They pretty much just see that 1 scout towards the A side. They make a decision off of that. And it was a double stack towards the B side. Sometimes, with a man you can just probe, especially when you have those Mac 10s. Not a bad idea to send him in to get the bearing on what kind of a hold there is. Just bombard it with flashes. Closed. Oh my god, what an entry. That's gonna be the... I think that was an op, actually. Not entirely sure, though. They're gonna swap it around. I'm not sure if that was the scout from the last game, but it doesn't matter. That was a very quick kill from Altex, not actually even grabbing a bullet from that situation, and quickly... it was a scout, yeah. They take control of the A side Secret with 2 players. I have to back off from that situation. But I mean, no, it wasn't up, yeah. It wasn't up. They actually upgraded an up. Interesting. Hey, Don, I wish you a good time, bro. Thank you, buddy. Welcome, welcome. What's your in real life first name? Oh, you want my address too? Just joking. It's Christopher. So. Still hunting. He wants your government name. Ah, the one that CIA gave me. Okay. It's Black Flash. Also known as Krisu. Yeah, no, it's really not also known as Krisu. I hate that nickname. Makes me fucking nuts. But nice try. Mr. Caster, how is your day? How is your day? A little bit tired, to be honest, but I'm usually I sleep very. I've been sleeping kind of badly for the last few months, trying to fix that schedule. So much work. All right, energy drink. I have one. It's not really working out yet, but give it a second. Utility for the backside of that wall. Kind of goes for the perfect peak, drops down to you. Wow, my throat just pretty much. Well, tried to end the cast right there, trying to sabotage me. Meanwhile, after losing Dupree at the first fight, Mace in a very good spot at the moment. Refresh, he has to be a little bit careful, because if he springs to action right now, that could be, especially scoped in, a bit of a problem. Refresh does get the kill behind the half wall. Meanwhile, towards the boiler, that is going to be a beautiful double kill from the side of Altex. And actually, the only problem is that they lost the bomb towards the banana. But Altex could spend a little bit time on the quote-quote rotation, and that might actually make Secret think about the CT possibilities of the push. So, already, one of the players looking at the backside of it. Roy and Altex. They could just pretty much smoke it off, wait for a second, see what kind of a spray they decide to go for. And 25 seconds left on the board. It's starting to be one of those situations that they either need the bomb quickly. Oh, one of the players with utility in hand. That's going to be the worst possibility ever at Altex. He gets the triple, but so does Maze. And off of that, they win the round. But look at this. From the lobby, the lurk works out perfectly. Only by losing Dupree, they actually have the opportunity. Actually, they did lose Refresh as well. And pretty much the player, I think it was TMB. But off the base of that, they could actually go for a double kill towards the short. If they could just fake a little bit more with a little bit less. A side seems to be very prone to mistakes at the moment. Spotting one of the players trying to jump across, take some information. Not really hitting the op shot, but he knows. He knows that he knows that he knows that he spotted him. Altex already seems to be very aggressive here towards the balcony, to be honest. If he walks out now, Towson doesn't even have a weapon in his hand. He's not even holding anything at this point. Innocent. Not entirely sure. He didn't spot anything from that angle. Smoke lands towards the Apso. Doesn't matter if they spot it or not. At least the utility is going to be on point. I'm not entirely sure. Back in the older versions of the game, you can actually drill that wall, but not with a rifle though, so. Maze. Still holding. Dupree going for the default pick from Banana. The real push coming in, that flash. Works out for a little while, but Dupree a little bit unsure on that clear. Gets sent in first. Goes down first. And that was a little bit of a sloppy start there for a Banana push. Meanwhile, from short, seems like the rest of the players trying to go for a very standard push here, but it actually works out. Roy starts off the kills towards the Banana, but it's going to be a double spray down for the side of 1000. Works off, knows the angles, even gets the triple towards the apps, and that pretty much is the round. Switches off through a FAMAS. Gives Anarchist pretty much a kill as well. One for you, my bro. The entry kill is very clean. The problem is everything after it. Just not really landing on those timings. At least you tried. It's pretty much the saying by now. Deeper Molotov coming in from middle. Mace, the one to actually get the first kill through the smoke. This is just a Glock round, so innocent. Going on with the second one as well. There's going to be the second mid push. Nice spray down coming in from Innocent, controlling that M4. Looking very crispy while he's doing it. Controlling an M4 at the moment seems to be a little bit of a art more than skill. They did do some kind of an update towards the tracers. I didn't really understand what the update was, so if anybody in the chat understands it, let me know. If I understand correctly, maybe you can take them off or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, though. What's going on? Oh, yeah. Well, through the smoke, a kill. Even a second one, TMB, starting off the round very well. Understanding those smokes. Working on it so far. This could be the op kill that they need. Actually pushing out Anarchist from that angle. Meanwhile, understanding that there might be a lurker towards the apps. Secret reading the round pretty well, understanding where the players could actually maneuver at that point. But Anarchist being much left alone towards the side. He needs help at this point. 55 seconds left on the board. This is going to be a tough one. Oh, almost going for the collateral, but not actually hitting a single player at that point. New pick coming in, and this is just a bamboozle. They don't have Altix left towards the A side. EMP solo. Just to spend a few bullets. Meanwhile, they understand it's going to be an A side push. EMP still lurking around. They have the site. The only thing that needs just a little bit of control. Long push coming in. Dupree gets the first kill. That's going to be the second one from Refresh. And that's pretty much the round diced and sliced. Meanwhile, you can already see the players on a hunt. Hunting for a deer. Oh, dear. Well played from around like that. Going for the probes, understanding that Anarchist only pretty much has to miss one shot. They're gonna have a new opportunity to go against him. Close angle, hits the bullet, Refresh with utility in his hands. But the push coming in from the backside pretty much right now. Oh, his head's turned against every single player. Oh, the timing's not working out. He drops down Roy, goes for the second one, no scope hits. But Dupree asking about his teammates, do they want the op? Of course they do. Starting fight working out so well for the side of TMB. Actually dropping 2 players to the smoke at the start. Somebody asking for a perkele cast. Not sure if anybody wants to hear that, so let's marinate it for a second. Nice try on the hold. Scores at the end of the day. A few sets of utility already landing. And a boost on top of the half wall. It's gonna be the Molotov in front of him. Any of the players. Oh god, that's just gonna be a ridiculously good nade. Dupree gets the first kill, but that's gonna be an instant trade. There's the Perkele cast for a round. Well, okay. You guys wanted it. Okay. So a round like this. At the moment, very, very slow gameplay coming in from the side of Preasy. This is actually making even me crazy at the moment. Okay, let's just continue for a second. Nah, fuck it, boys. Alright. Back to the normal style. Wait a minute, is that a clipping up at the moment on the wall? That's a little bit of a bug. I'm not entirely sure if it looks right on a player POV. And through the smoke, Innocent with a perfect time could actually drop the first player on that push. That's gonna be even a boost. Actually, Kindo on top of the second box here. But it's going to definitely be an ace-side execution through the smoke before he actually even really activates. That's going to be the kill on top of it. Innocent with the second one. That's going to be Kindo, sorry. Innocent gets the second one, but Altix will refresh. They open up the side, only leaving Refresh alive, and Anarchus! Just a quick pop shot through the smoke. Dropping down without the bomb plant, and I have to say, this man... Holy moly, he should actually go for more of those types of shot. By the way, I actually have that bench on my balcony. I actually have that exact bench from the balcony. That set right there, I bought it from IKEA. Tell me you have ADHD without telling me you have ADHD. Alright. Double nade stack. How do you get those kills? It's very rare, huh? Oh, well, when they know when you're planning, these players have been playing the map for like thousands of fucking hours, so they have a very good orientation where the player might be, so it's actually not that tough. You can actually usually see even players going for the... if they hear that it's going to be pretty much a grill planned, so grill in front of the coffin, usually you just can spray with an M4 as well, so a pretty easy kill. Well, it looks crazy, but... Well, to be honest, that was a crazy shot. I'm not taking anything away from Anarchist, but... We have seen some no-scopes through the smoke from the cross. That literally shook me to my core. Even made me think for a while that is this actually legit, but... Sometimes you might get lucky. The only legit reasoning is that Anarchist is radar. Oh, of course. Well... They're doing their best. Actually, do get a kill with that Glock. Kind of. Just drop one of the players. Oh, the P250 a little bit off on that timing. Almost catching Innocent for free. And Preasy, well, 4 seems to be the most that they can make so far. So, Secret actually mounting off with a very good CT side here. They play refrag and practice pre-fires. That makes way too much sense. It's radar, brother. Yeah. Meanwhile, push coming on towards Banana. Oh, Kindo. Actually, before the smoke blooms, even gets a second kill on towards Dupree. He had to know that that push was coming. Kindo. I'm not entirely sure what's been happening. Dupree seems to be... I'm not trying to bash the player. Let me actually check out the stats first, so I get a little bit more of a bearing. But he's been having a little bit of a tough time here on the lower level tournaments. I think they're going for pushes that he's not really used to, maybe. But from that situation, usually you have to be ready for a push. Yeah, 0.90 at the moment. A little bit off the mark there. I'm not entirely sure what the idea was, what the play was there, but usually from that situation, when you hear somebody shooting pretty much close to, you pretty much have to go for the swing. That corner plays for the side of the CTs every single time. Left side peak, even the angle is going to be better, but here's what it is. Utility being dropped, Roy gets a little bit closer to that molly. Ready for the swing. Meanwhile, Kindo, well, he looks a little bit disturbed because he wants those kills. That's going to be the first one. Get already. The turret on top of those two, still behind a fountain, goes for the swing. That's going to be one more on top of the table. That's going to be a 4K for the man. And Maze shuts it down with the perfect timing as well. And Preasy, they're getting played around at the moment. It seems like the space that they're trying to go for from Banana is being acquired by utility. And it's been a few rounds now that we've seen fights through the smoke. It's been mostly working for the side of Secret, but we had some good rounds from Preasy as well to start off the entry frags from the smokes and everything like that. But so I think they need to either commit to the smoke push or just leave banana for a little while and retake it. The issue at the moment is as they're trying to fight those M4s, so they're literally getting downed every single time. But they seem to be still fighting for it. So double molly in front of him, behind that smoke. Made a little bit deeper, doesn't really connect any of the players. That's going to be an arsenal of utility being left. So, Anarchist posting in that middle still. Seems like B side is still on the board. Fully flashed, can't really see. Almost actually shooting his own teammate back of the head. Meanwhile, towards the second mid, that's going to be Altex. The problem is this kill doesn't really matter at this point, as the real push is coming on towards the B side. They're starting to lose players. That's going to be the two players from the start lost. And Altex still lurking very slowly, losing one more player. He's still lurking. Oh god, they even lost the last one as well. Altex, he's so far away from the site. The only problem is the secret, they don't know about it. So long it took for that push to come actually into action. Alert is pretty much useless at this point. Push coming in, they're actually defusing the bomb. Oh, he gets dropped through the smoke. Not that much health points to be even playing around with. Just a bullet is enough. 1000 and Kindo so low on HP. Oh my god. Altex. I'm not sure what kind of a read he got, and especially from the side of Preasy. At the moment, I'm not entirely sure what the plan was. So, one of the players pretty much getting dropped towards the construction, and the second player pretty much trying to, well, he was trying to reposition, maybe closer towards the grill. The issue is that Altex was so far away from those sites for the players on B side to go aggressive. I do understand that maybe they read a situation that they could actually maybe jump an enemy. The issue is losing two players like that, and pretty much they played Altex out of that situation entirely. Altex was slow in that rotation. I have to be very honest. That's exactly the chair that I have at the moment. IKEA, connecting people. So, there are some mistakes that Preasy has made throughout the game. It's not like it has been a clean match. And you have to remember that this is Preasy's own map pick. Well, 4 rounds on Inferno, as long as you know what you're doing. Of course, it's a little bit low on the CT side, but it's possible. Meanwhile, the real push coming in from the Arch. That is just going to be Anarchist with a quick wide peek. Gets the trade frag for his fallen teammate. And the real fight starting to happen now. That's going to be TMB with 1 on the board. Already the push has been dismantled. Meanwhile, the Innocent actually wins the fight against Roy. So, there's a little bit of a chance with this kill. Meanwhile, TMB gets 1 more on the board. That's just going to be a 180 from the side of 1000. Gindo actually gets 1 more on the board, and it's going to be a 1 versus 1. TMB with the clock chains sprays him down. A drive-by from Chicago. And it's a 1 more on the board, so they actually make it a 5. The idea was to pretty much try to run from Arch. Getting that first kill actually works out very well for them. Now can they actually keep this up? The CT side needs to start fresh. They need clean kills. And momentum. silent round. Just a round full of clocks. A few flashes. Maybe they can actually get that plan towards the side. Who's the bigger disappointment, Preasy or Falcons? Well, to be honest, I wouldn't go for a disappointment. Maybe a little bit of a slow start. Spray down coming in from Dupree. And that is just going to be all of the 5 players stacked up into a neat little bundle. A round like that goes for the side of Preasy easily, especially with a spray down like that. Dupree keeping his head cold, and maybe starting to, maybe that brings out the confidence in him. So before those 5 kills, he actually had 6 on the board. So that pretty much leaves him even. Eco Cobra. Hey, Murmelintos! Perkele! No. Noni might be one of the known Finnish phrases that we use. Or yo. Yo. Whenever somebody's just talking and you just say Noni. Well, quick push through the smoke, but the switcheroo working in from the side of TMB. Actually not understanding from which side the real push is coming from. Maze drops down TMB. Meanwhile, it's going to be from the back lines. Actually, another kill for the side of Anarchist. Drop the player from the B side. Giving a nade on top of the smoke. Dupree opens up the side for a little while for them to actually get some information in. They seem to be retaining the bomb around. A side has been already compromised. So they're pretty much just fighting with ghosts and actually dropping one through. Wait a minute, that's Mace dropping down. They could actually go for the another rotation here. The problem is already 1,000 very close towards the library. Refresh, he has to reach the corner. Goes for the clear push, gets dropped down, and now the question for the side of Preasy, should they just save? And that seems to be the call. Somebody at the moment seems to be a little bit confused in the chat. This is, I think this is Onko toi Kaster Suomesta. Wait a minute. Did I say that correctly? Onks toi Kaster Suomesta. I'm using Google Translate at this point. I have no idea what that means. Is something about a caster? Mulla ei ole mitään hajua, mitä sä kirjoitit tuohon äsken. Pystytkö sä niinku kirjoittaa se eri tavalla uudestaan? Onko toi Kastar Suomesta? Oh, I'm not entirely sure, but it's okay. Welcome to the stream anyways. Hopefully you're having a good time. If anybody's Finnish, you understood the joke. Yeah. Näin päin minä maata sillä välin, kun sinä tehdä töitä. That's the best one that I know so far. Oh god. A new round. Round 16 on the boards, to be honest. I need to eliminate this sun shaft so far, so give me a second. Starting to bother my eyes a little bit. Round 16 on the board. Bombardment from Banana and a Molotov on top of it as well. Utility being spent. Dude, this is English stream. I'm about a 5-minute away from casting full Infinite. Few shots. That's gonna be a nice catch from Kindo. Just pretty much goes on the other side of that smoke. A beautiful spray. A headshot for the half wall in between that spray as well. A very nice way to start off the game. TMB. Nice second frag coming in from Kindo. This man is just pretty much a solo force, opening up everything. Roy actually spots up one of the players. I think both of them, to be honest. Meanwhile, a full rotation coming in from the side of Secret. Neither of the players really reacting yet, but Roy, from the new, whatever you want to call those boxes, already spotting the player towards the new box. So it's a 3 versus 3, a little bit of a reset situation. But it needed a lot. The push coming in true, drops the player between the boxes, goes for a little bit more, but no. God. Goes for a very quick push. Doesn't really work out. And Refresh with his teammate Altex at the moment. They're going to be blowing up way. That's smoke for them to go for a bit. Oh, it's a little bit of a sloppy spray. We usually don't see that out of Innocent. Almost turning around Refresh. Can't get the bearings. And it doesn't work. Oh, God. Well, that is going to be a round for Secret. The entry is pretty much the key here. Look at that, Kindo. Opening this up pretty much with a key. Why does low-tier casters always think that we have to listen to their jokes? Just cast, cut the bullshit. It's okay, you don't have to listen to them. I'm not pointing a gun at you. You can always mute the stream. It's okay. No need for everybody else. No need to flame him. It's his opinion. It's entirely okay. Some people don't get invited to parties. And some people, well, they're the people in the chat that don't say stuff like that. Meanwhile, coming in, that's gonna be the USB. Kindo, again, with a double entry. Playing the enemy team, and oh god, Preasy. Losing so many entries at the moment. How did you learn to speak without a Finnish accent? Well, I'm TV. I still do have some issues, for example, when I say 3 or 2. It seems to piss off some people for some reason. I'm working on it, okay? That's why these casts are amazing. Because every time I say something, well, people will let me know. CZ. Oh, it actually finds a kill going in for the knife. He definitely didn't have the time to actually reload that weapon. Meanwhile, Dupree, well, he's enjoying the scenery towards the T side. Maybe he's taking his family for a holiday here. I'm not entirely sure. This pretty much looks like Italy. Usually I like to think about, like, what are the maps based on? I think this is Italy. Because that looks like a Roman style of whatever you want to call it. Like a Colosseum, like the pillars and everything like that, so... That's kind of cool. Calcium cannons. Yeah. I have to say, but Dupree hasn't seemed the same at the start of his peak. Well, I have to say, it seems to be that he's been having a few problems trying to kind of, well, stick to the tier 2 scene. It seems like they're doing a lot of random stuff, because I've been watching a lot of tier 1 CS again lately. Wait a minute, a push coming in from... Oh my god, Dupree! Almost gets that first kill. To be honest, at the end of the day, it doesn't do that much damage. Looking at the full salvo that he had, but it's going to be refreshed from the second angle to shut down the push. Preasy still on the board. That's a kill from Roy. And the only player left alive is going to be Towson, but he is traded quickly. Quick trades, quick kills, and it works out well. A 4-round deficit for the side of Preasy. 11 for Secret. And looking at the buy that they have a very strong chance still to grab a round to bring in this to a map point. And you have to think about the fact, if you look to the top left, take a little bit of a gaze there, you can actually see Preasy's logo, and this is a best of 3. So, it's a little bit of an awkward spot here, in a way. Kindo through the smoke, just popping a few shots. Anarchist going in for the mid push. Even making sure that Kindo won't change sides. So, well, Apps hold coming in. Wait a minute, look. Dupree has the right ideas, but the problem is that that spray from that M4, while moving, almost actually takes out himself. Looking at the spray coming in from Towson. Just a bullet away from dropping down Dupree. Maybe trying to... learn those angles again. I'm not entirely sure what's happening. Meanwhile, the full push coming in. Mace actually drops down Roy. That's going to be beautiful. Start with the nade. That's a little bit damaged. Meanwhile, TMB out of bullets, out of luck. That's going to be Kindo to go for the trade. And B side fully open. And just look at this. Preasy, they're not going to move a muscle. No retakes. Pretty much F the B side. And that's a round away for Secret to take this. At the moment, the sun is pretty much on a mid way up the sky, so it's just literally I barely can see any of the screens. So give me a second, boys. I need to. This is why I'm thinking about buying a new house, so I can actually make a real studio with a basement. Now we're good. Okay. Caster, what are your thoughts on Preasy overall? If I have to be like seriously honest, it feels like it's a little bit of a like an in-works project. So it's definitely not finished yet. They have some good parts. It seems like in a few situations we definitely can see that some of the players seem to be a little bit confused. We've seen that from Altex, for example, from that one lurk. It seems like there are some situations where, for example, if let's say you usually have protocols on your team. So if B happens, what do you do on situation number B? Or number B, sorry, letter B. So it seems like they don't have a clear idea, or maybe there's some miscommunications coming in. Wait a minute, kind of. Oh, again, that's the golden AK. Looks kind of cool. Deep banana spray, Roy. Well, for the first time in a little while, the banana hold seems to be working for the side of Preasy. And like I was saying, it seems like in some situations the team is a little bit out of their element, especially when they're trying to go for control. Of course, we didn't really know how Secret was going to be playing on this map. We literally have 2 maps under them. They have lost them. We have no idea how they play Inferno. But to be honest, they're playing pretty well. So it's not like Secret is playing bad. But there are some... I think there has been like 4 rounds that we have already counted where there has been some mistakes. So, and clear ones. No, not even a question. But yeah, it is what it is. Nice MP9 sprayed on TMB. The first one in line. That is going to be, but Roy, he needs more. He can't really let them get into this beast type for free through the smoke. That Molotov at least is going to take care of him. He burns down. Does get the kill, and Dupree helps out with 1. But on the site they go. And the full push coming in. He might actually fake a few steps here. Anarchist. 1 shot from Dupree from the backlines, and it's done. And they're already defusing. So at least they make it an 8. Still a little bit of a walkover here in my books. So they need more. For example, Preasy did win this round, but looking at that banana hold, it felt like there were like 7 situations pretty much where Secret could have gained that kill. For example, close to the half wall, they have a 1-man hold without a flash. Roy opting in for the spray on top of the Molotov in front of... the angle is good. It does surprise some players every now and then. But the problem is, like, for example, if Secret, they understand these holds, it's just going to be an easy entry kill for them. And that's the issue at the moment. It seems like Preasy is a little bit out of touch at the moment. I'm not entirely sure what it is. Maybe we should make like a demo review. We got a few more pointers, but for this round, Banana Hold seems to be working well. Give me the deeper nade, so if anybody's pretty much posting on the other side of that smoke, they're going to be damaged. And they are pretty much going to be just leaving a player rotating 1 towards the A side. Seems to be a good call. Now the question is, does Secret read it? Do Secret read it? They have a chance to actually gain the information without losing a player. But they have to be very close with the upper from long. E coming in, refresh. Just that shot. Even grazes the wall just a little bit. Lands it anyways. Roy from... I'm not entirely sure from where. That was the art shot. At the best timing, we got a camera's change. And that's the 9th round on the board. 3 more is pretty much needed. And we might hop into an overtime. I'm gonna actually ask the chat. Is it going to be an overtime game, or do you only want a full victory from the side of Secret? Or to be honest, who are you people cheering for? Are there any Preasy fans? Any Secret fans? Okay, so we have some Preasy fans. Okay, that's awesome. And Falcon. Okay. Seems to be a little bit of a trend. Alright. Well, hopping time. As long as Secret they're having fun. Oh, look at that scenery. When I'm gonna buy my house, those 2 benches, or whatever you want to, like, little chairs. That's a good idea for a little cubby like that. Would love to see the legends thrive. Yeah, I do understand. Well, seems to be a clock push. And it seems to be towards the long again. This could be the opportunity for Dupree to stack a few kills. He did get an ace from here, but that's going to be refreshed to take 1 in between. AK spray coming in. That's going to be the first and the second kill for Refresh. Dupree gets 1 refresh with only... Well, actually, he's going to get a 4K at the end of the day. Dupree seems to be the one to bait those kills. So they actually get the full access towards the arch. Why did Secret pick Anubis stuff? To be honest, they played well last time that I was casting, so Anubis wasn't a bad pick for them. Our team just was a little bit better, if I remember correctly. Molotov, deep apps. Anybody who wants to go for the push? Have to wait for a little while. Meanwhile, just full spray from those AKs coming in through the smoke, making sure that anybody actually goes behind them. They're just gonna get peppered. Pepper the pick, peppered. And well, you can't tow your car. Wait a minute, what was that sign? That was like a new one. And it was gonna be a good match. For them, hopefully. Yeah, but it's if I remember correctly as well, it's going to be a good map for Preasy, so... There could be a change in map, definitely. Of course, Inferno starting off like this. If they could actually take this back, there is a little bit of a potential still for 2-0, but... Secret. The only thing they have to do is pretty much just break their curse. They have been losing a few rounds in a row now. They did manage to find out 1. That's 0 to 24. Is that the angle or the time? Can you stop moving? You can't park the car there for pretty much ever. Okay. So, the first shot has to land. He's not even going to go for it. Pretty much leaves that spot, gets the information. 25 seconds left on the board. Goes for a quick one. It's going to be a sneaky peeky from that offie. Oh, God, he doesn't get away. He needs his teammate so quickly to help him out there. That's going to be drop flat. Works out. No, it doesn't. Kindo gets the kill. Innocent with the second one. Refresh. Gets the quick kill from Banana. But it's going to be... Oh, God, the climbing experience. The ZB. He hasn't trained enough with Alex B on the servers. And of course, the Finns. They have the best movement inside of the game. There's no way you know what you're doing if you've ever played without Finn, so... Doesn't matter. Meanwhile, the real retake coming on towards that B side. 1 behind a new box. There's a player close to the dark. I think even a stack towards the Banana. a boost on top of the double block. There was 2 players for a little while ago. That's gonna be the first and the second kill. They're pretty much just cleaning up the side, but they need to take care of Anarchist. No! He gets every single one. A triple kill, a 3 map. Oh my god. A hat trick for the man. Anarchist. Even though the stats don't look like doesn't look like it, he actually had a few very nice rounds. And to be honest, I think it was Kindo and Mace on most of those entries, just pretty much opening up every single site with a lock. I'm not entirely sure what to say here. So much work has been done, but the problem is Anarchist going for that first double, a 1 tap to the face pretty much, and that's it. That is going to be the first match of the day. So we are going to be hopping into the second map in about a second. So it's going to be Anubis. So it's not over. It's not done. We are going to be taking just a little bit of a break. And somebody did ask, where am I from? I'm from Finland. So Turku. Yeah. We're going to take a little bit of a break, hop back in when we're ready. And after that, we're about to see one of the dustiest maps in the pool. And maybe even the 2-0. See you in a second. Hey boys, welcome to the stream and hopefully you're having a beautiful time and welcome to the server as well. So, we'll be hopping into Anubis and it seems like I will be hearing from somebody's lawyer. I'm sorry brother, it wasn't my intention to hit him with a car. I tried to talk to him but he was already dead. So, back to the game. Seems like Preasy starting as the defenders. And already just a few utilities being popped in the middle. That seems to be the bomb being stacked as well. And they seem to be just racing on towards that B side, but they have a little bit of a... Okay. Everything is good. So Altix, he actually gets that kill back for a second there. It looks like Innocent was about to get a 2K from a spot that it's almost impossible to get one. But Dupree manages to break through the lines, gets one. And brings it to a 3 versus 3. Looking at the points where they're pushing at the moment, they have a very good understanding where they have a little bit of a chance, but it's going to be fresh. Dropping down Anarchist, maybe pushing a little bit too much from the temple. Dupree already at the site, clearing it out, pushing in, already even spotting one from the side. That's going to be Maze already on top of the bomb, and the push has to come in from the connector, but it's not happening. Refresh from the long range with those dualies, like a cowboy, hits those shots, and that's about to be it. A way to lose a map is usually by losing the pistol, but doesn't always mean that they're gonna lose it though. So of course, the first round, and they actually have a very good opportunity to answer back here if they want to, especially looking at the buy of the base of that bomb plant. We might see something. We might see something here. Already Canals being pushed by Dupree. A man with a plan already. On the attack. Takes down the first player. This is pretty much just a shooting channel for him. Works out well. Anarchist is the one to actually get a trade on towards Refresh, so they keep the numbers steady, but Dupree has a lot of information over the game. The problem is that they have lost the A side already. The bomb actually finds himself even already on top of the side. Roy goes down. Gets a little bit too comfortable with the pick there, and Innocent takes down Altix, and that's very much the round. So quickly it turns around. This time around, it's going to be Dupree. They're starting off the game with a very nice kill, but the problem is they barely had anybody holding A side. They were risking it just a little bit too much. After losing Refresh. Well, that's all she wrote. I want a bit of analyst from the chat. So if anybody understands anything about CS maps. What could be the problems for Anubis at the moment? Why the CT side seem to have, even with a start like that, they just absolutely steamrolled them on towards that A side, almost without using any utility as well. What's the problem with this map? That it just doesn't seem to be working for the CT side. We're here to gamble, not understanding CS. Well, to be honest, I've noticed from some of you. It's okay, though. As long as you enjoy the show. Angles. You're a good boy. But to be honest, vision for the CT side as well is a little bit of a problem. Every single fight that you have to go for, you're pretty much stuck in a cubby, especially here in middle. So you barely have any long angles for the ops that actually work for the CT side. For every time you try to go for a pick, this T seem to be having a little bit of a better angle with the AKs and even their own op. But for this round, Preasy, op 5.7 USP, M4 and a FAMAS. One of the weirdest buy. But it's almost in order as well. Refresh. Top of the window here. The only thing he has to do is pretty much just take control of the players pushing in from middle. If he gets 2 kills, there's a very good possibility for the CT side to actually go for a retake. But no! Lines them up, but the problem is gets annihilated. And that's the round. There's no real reason for Preasy to even attempt the retake at this point. And it's pretty much done. I feel like there's also many places for the attack to funnel out of. Yeah, that's the problem. They have so much. You don't have as much vision as you have. For example, if you think how maps like Mirage, how Inferno works, as a CT, you can be on an open area very far away. On this map, it just doesn't work. You don't have a spot like this. So that's one of the problems. Mr. Caster, when is Get Right playing? In 2013. So you just have to wait for a few hours. It's starting soon. I think that's one of the problems. In my opinion, there is a fix to it if they want to fix it. I'm not entirely sure if that's the right... If it was up to me, I would actually leave a map like this on a pool for the T-sides to have like a very good T-side map. Raise the economy for the CTs, and for the future, maybe focus more on CT-sided maps. To have like, for example, 4 to 3... Let's say it like this. If you have like 3 maps that are heavily CT-sided, for example, Nuke, Train, a bit of a Cobblestone, if you people like it. If you mongrels you like it, go for it, okay? Maybe a map or 2 for the neutral. Oh, wait a minute. That's gonna be the first one. Oh, he doesn't get the second one, Roy. Had the right idea there. Just doesn't hit the second kill. So, for the CT, just to have 3 maps, maybe 2 neutrals, and 2 T-sided maps like Anubis, and maybe like a Mirage or something like that. That would be awesome. But the problem is the balance, the overall balance at the moment. So that's what bothers me. But doesn't matter. Meanwhile, even losing a player, they're pushing from middle. Already pretty much have the 8th fight. A double man hold. Wait a minute, they actually don't lose a player. That's gonna be a weapon up. Oh God! The North American nade already been spotted. Meanwhile, they're actually going for the push. Oh God, this is just gonna be a retake. Preasy flipping around that they barely had any business to flip. Secret, well, maybe sticking their fingers inside the pot just a little bit too deep there. Sometimes when you look into the void, some people might actually look back. And this time around, it was Preasy's defense. Oh, the house that I was looking for, they changed the price. Nice. Oh my God, it's hideous inside. Well. Nade on top of that smoke gives Dupree a very early kill on towards Maze. And here in Canals, he's been actually looking very sharp at this point. Catching off a few players on the start. I think that's even the second entry for him. On the CT side on the defense. Utility being used at the moment. Roy seems to be having the right idea. Pretty much fending off that middle by himself. Finally getting a little bit of help from TMB. So it seems like finally Preasy, the teamwork is starting to work out. In Inferno, we saw just a few situations where they seemed to be a little bit off the mark. The timings weren't on point, if you want to call it. Jesus. Drops Roy on a push. Maybe getting a little bit too comfortable there. The anarchist. With a nice defending kill towards the connector. Dupree trying to go for seconds, but he gets dropped. Somebody went with a comment. I'm gonna answer. That's actually a good question, but I think you understood the point just a little bit incorrectly. I'm gonna explain it in about a second. Meanwhile, nice lurk from Kindo. Knowing that there's a player along, gets the flash and refresh. Watches it, but still doesn't get the kill. That's gonna be 10 seconds left on the board, and Preasy even winning a round. They pretty much just get annihilated, and that's it. Nice shot from Anarchist at the end to drop down TMB. And Preasy with the best chance to actually chain 2 rounds in a row. And that's pretty much done. You want balanced maps so you can make comebacks on both sides. No, that's literally what CS wasn't in the back in the day. So you literally had a map like Nuke, you literally had a map like Inferno, you had a map like Terrain, you had a map like Cobblestones. Those aren't balanced maps at all. As the T side, you have to have immaculately perfect executions or you're just getting swiped by an M4 or not. But the point is, if you have a ridiculously good T side, you can actually take like 5 rounds, 3 rounds, 4 rounds. That's the point. You don't want one side to be, or to be honest, both of the sides to be exactly balanced in every map. That's the point. What I meant is that you fix the economy, like I said. You fix the economy so the CTs get more buys because the Ts already have enough buys. And then you make the sides a little bit more one-sided. You can have a few maps that are one-sided for the T sides, a few maps that are neutral, 3 or 2, depending what you want to go for, and 2 or 3 maps that are a little bit more CT-sided. So you get more maps where on the T side you have to do a little bit more work. But it doesn't mean like, oh, you're literally not getting around. No. Nice shot from Anarchist. Kindo with the second one as well. Pretty much taking care of canals. It seemed like there was a little bit of a push. There was almost a good timing, but the problem is they kind of lose it. Meanwhile, the push coming in from the backline gets the first and the second. Altex activating very well, and that's going to be refreshed on top of it. And it works out. Preasy, they're battling for every single round at this point. What is this? What a play. Caster, are you the one changing the players' view in this round? No. I just get a feed and I just cast, nothing else. So I'm not in control. I'd want to be in control, but I'm not in control. So... already stacking players closer. Behind the pillar. That's going to be TMB. Close line with refresh. I will hold that on. Molotov doesn't really land on the right space, but Anarchist is very sharp on that second kill. Gets the trade. Even a second one on the board, but from the camera platform. That's going to be Roy with a double. Finally, there seems to be a little bit of a defense and maybe even a 2-round chain. From the side of Preasy. Why switching away again? I think you saw enough from that situation, so you didn't need to see more. It is what it is. A 1 versus 3. And Kindo. Wait a minute. Is this a skin or isn't that the pain logo on top of the gun? Am I flipping or what's happening? Because that really looks like the pain logo. It's kind of cool, though. Close line push. Kindo. You could actually make this very expensive. Roy is actually in a very good angle already, so... it's going to be a very hard fight for him. Doesn't matter. It's going to be ops working out to perfection. Look at that. Roy. To be honest, those platform kills, very important. Caster, how do you work for this organization? So, okay, when I was 10, I wrote a letter to Santa Claus. Round number 8. TMB. Hugging a wall. Just pretty much waiting. This is actually one of those, actually, at the moment, on a NAF angle. I was about to say that if there's a deagle on the other side, they actually don't have one this time around, so... At the end of the wall. I've seen so many one-taps from this corner. Try to fight it. Throwing that utility on towards that middle. Seems to be the right idea. Caster always gatekeeping his job. To be honest, this is one of the non-gatekeep jobs. Anybody can literally do it. Just hop onto ECA, download a demo, or a live game. You can actually talk with some of the teams. They might actually... let you cast their games. Don't try to talk with Liquid or like FaZe, like, can I cast your... No. Go for example, some of the unknown teams that are pretty much on main league or something like that. They definitely want their games to be casted and to be played live. They're pretty much happy for you to cast. And if you have enough material, you can actually show it. Wait a minute, that's going to be Dupree getting glocked! Oh god! Altex is the one to actually hold down the line. There's a little bit of a possibility for a 5k. That's 4 on the board, gets all 5. And that is finally the second ace for today. A beautiful one, too. To be honest, we've been getting many multi-kills again and again and again. Of course, this time around it's on a Glock, so... You find yourself just talking to the right person or higher from experience. Well, to me, I've never actually had to send a letter. That's the funny part. So, I've never actually hustled for a caster job, but I'm thinking about it now. Nice entry, Roy. Wait a minute, he's actually not prepared. Trusting that smoke just a little bit too much. EMP went with utility, just walking in front of the screen, getting just absolutely wrecked. And Kindo, at the moment, the tempo that he has seems to be working very well. Altex from outside of B main gets that first kill. He needs that to just bring it a little bit more back. But problem is towards the A main, there's a little bit of a push coming. They actually bring it back to a 3 versus 3. So with all that work, they pretty much left the A side just rotting, and Refresh from the lower side just literally hits a bullet. Dies behind a cake, and the bomb gets planted. Secret with a very good opportunity to win this round, but it especially, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, it looks like Preasy at the moment. They're just opting in for the save. Holy moly. That timing on that push. Beautiful work. Secret winning map 2 confirmed. Okay. Not entirely sure. I think Refresh was trying to go for an off angle. The problem is I think they spotted him before he got onto that point. There is an argument if they stayed inside of a main, he could have played for a few more seconds for his team. Maybe he just tried to drop 3 players. You know, getting a little bit too hungry. For example, this is pretty much when we talk about teams like Astralis back in the day. They didn't make any mistakes like this. They usually always went for the number gains. They knew exactly when to go for the pick. Because in this spot, you can definitely see that Maze already spotted Refresh, so it was just some bad timing. But, of course, at the end of the day, if you play a little bit more chess, maybe play outside of main. Thank you for answering. I mean, Uhara in my life, and this work is very interesting. Well, yeah. And if you know anything about CS, at the moment, the scene seems to be needing a lot of analysts, so... Especially alongside casters. To be honest, I was thinking about looking for somebody to work with in the future. But if you understand anything about CS, that would be pretty cool. First century kills for the side of Preasy. That's going to be one of the trades for Secret. But behind a cake, Refresh already being spotted. That's going to be the molly from 1000. The drop smoke to actually give a little bit more space for Refresh behind a box there. And he's even his teammate. Getting just a little bit closer here. And while Altex continuing winning those fights towards the canal. And this is exactly what they need. Rounds, Preasy, already very close to the 6th round of this first half. With a start like this, T-side, nothing's up in the air. 1000. Spray control on point, Refresh. A little bit out of his element there. Pop shot coming in, lands on Innocent. A nice shot. And 1000 takes a quick peek to the right angle. Tries to get just a little bit more information, maybe control. Pineapples, analytics and exit speeds. Think that I'm doing. Okay. Continue that. Maybe in the future, if you cast anything or try to go for an analysis. To be honest, you can just analyze a demo, upload that to YouTube. That's what a lot of people keep doing. Seems like they're doing. Send me that clip. Maybe in the future. Analysts are the ones to break down what happened each round, I think. Yeah, they actually do have a little bit more work. They study the teams, what are their tendencies, and for example, if you have like Team Astralis or Team Face, like what are their weak points, what are their strengths, what have they been pretty much changing in their tactics, stuff like that. Then when they see the game, they talk about what happened, what were the problems. Was it a close game on paper, or was it just a blow-up, pretty much? That's pretty much what they talk about. And they have a lot of job to do, but yeah, it's a hard job. One-to-one trade. One of those M4s already being gained. This is actually a little bit of a scary round. I was just about to say, Dupree loses that fighting connector, but Altex and Dupree They make it work. No. Trying to get through that smoke. It's not gonna get that far. It's shut down. Easily. And here we are with a little bit of a... Not entirely sure what that song was, but it sounds cool. Off to a new start. A boost from middle. Doesn't really work out this time around. TMB. It's after that smoke. Oh god, Kind actually goes for the full straight, but that flash works out very well against Troy. Doesn't really see anything in that fight, so pretty much just gets hosed down by those bullets. And already with a few rounds in a row, it seems like finally Secret has found something that works. Already with 6 rounds on the board though. Or actually 7, sorry. Preasy winning the half. I actually haven't noticed that. It's happening so fast. Meanwhile, Maze. The side of Team Secret fighting for that 5th round. Of course, Preasy, they want to bring it to an 8. 3 versus 3, the damage at the moment seems to be accumulating just a little bit too much for the side of Secret. Fresh actually finding a kill from the backline. That's going to be Kindo. Meanwhile, the double push coming in, and they actually see the hand off Maze. And a bullet finds its face. And the bomb has been left towards the double doors. Innocent. From that picture, he doesn't look that innocent. But at the same time, he has a mountain to climb. With a kill on the board, he needs 4 to lock this down in 20 seconds. Oh god, not a lot to play around with. Already actually stabbing TMB from the backline for the debris, spotting the player. Let's go off the control button and a full hose down for the back of his, well, the back of his back, I guess. And that is going to be a, what is the Latin name for your back? Spinatus collarus. I'm not entirely sure. Anybody who knows it? Do we have any med students? El back of the back. Okay, I'm not going for any of those. No. Okay, boys. You didn't understand the assignment this time around. Is Altex actually muted? Oh, he's been trolling. Yeah, boys. A bit of a freeze time still. Talking about the strats. Pistol sights. Interesting to see what they want to go for. Caster, roast the chat. No, not yet. It's not fault. It's not your fault that you're a little bit special. I accept you just the way you are. Wait a minute, what's happening? The pistol round. Push coming in front of B main, but actually they are finally bringing it back. Those 2 kills that took Pre and Refresh to actually get outside of the B main. That's going to be a very good answer to Anarchist's first swing. And looking at Innocent, and 4 HP, just a bullet. Whatever it hits, it's done. And with that perfect timing, they could actually pass the canals towards the A side. They could actually go still for the B side push, just faking it. Oh, a long shot coming in from Kindo. So it's basically a 2 versus 3, but Innocent is very low. He can't really step into any of these fights, and A side has been open for so long. Finally, they're just pretty much letting it go. They know it's going to be a B side hit. A smoke on the left side of that pillar. A flash pops in. The push coming in. That Molotov takes care of one of the players with a drive-by through the smoke. A headshot has been found. Refresh hits the pavement, and Dupree, he kind of has to go for the plant, but no. Kindo, with 3 kills on the round, shuts it down. And that is going to be 1 on the board for Secret. Of course, Preasy still with a 3-round lead at the end of the day for them. Not the end of the world, Look at that beautiful pillar. I'm not sure if they're supposed to light that up, or can you actually drink a coffee upstairs? What's happening? What's the idea for that pillar? Anybody who knows, they know. Meanwhile, Preasy not winning the round or even getting the bomb plant, so they're not going to go for a buy. Slow round. It seems like it's going to just be a clock push from middle. I actually had a 5k here in my games, and it seems to be just a shot down that beach with 50 finally finds the target. But it's just going to be one kill. And now we're about to see the real buy. 4.4k seems to be the estimated average. And with that money, I think you can buy like half of a car. Like a half of Nissan 350Z. 1/4 of a 370. That's 300 something Rispers, depending on the car that you buy. Even the Nismo version. Oh, maybe the future. Maybe the future. I could actually change my BMW to one, but the problem is that I would actually crash that car inside of a week. So I'm not going to do that. But back in our game, where we don't have any cars, it's just going to be Preasy. Just getting a little bit closer taste from that middle smoke. Not really going for anything yet. This could be one of those rounds where they're pretty much just trying to probe as much information as they can. And quickly, as the utility drops in secret, 2 rounds away, they just pretty much leave middle alone. Kindo, without utility in his hand, pretty much watching his teammate. There was a little bit of a chance for actually Roy to go for the swing, but Kindo resets, goes for the middle push, gets tagged once, doesn't matter, goes for the full spray. That's Roy out of the game. Or the round, sorry. Well, a double push seems to be on hands. TMB holding the lines. Oh, he has a very good understanding what kind of a hold there is. Just a tap to the face, even through the smoke. Dupree trying to go through it, and Preasy there just dropping like flies. The things that fly way too close to your ear when you're trying to get some sleep, well, dead. 30 seconds left on the board. Not a single kill for the side of Preasy. Altex with a bubblegum AK. And just a restart. So, looking at the money at the moment, Altex and Refresh, they can't drop anything. There could be a pistol buy from the side of Preasy. Maybe with they could actually go for Galil's or pistol armor. Maybe swap those weapons around because Altex and Refresh, they have weapons. Refresh could drop the weapon for example, TMB. But it seems like they're just going to go for the Tech 9 and Mac 10 push. So the AK is sticking behind as the pistols and the Mac 10s push. If they know exactly what they're doing, there might be a little bit of a chance for them to get the early kills and then maybe even swap those weapons. So this isn't a bad buy at all, in a way. A lot of utility for any execution that they want to go for. Very slow round again. Preasy not going for any crazy risks. Finally taking mid control. Molotovs land at the right exact spot there. Utility being dropped for the backside players. That's going to be Refreshed as he knows the smokes in the map. They could go for whatever hold they want to. Everybody with an insane skin on this game. Look at this. These colors are just crazy. It looks like a color from like under a UV lamp. Alright. Utility starting to drop in. That's a missed smoke, I think. I'm not entirely sure if that was intentional. That maybe was supposed to be the connector smoke. Meanwhile, the push coming in from middle. Roy could actually Overtake. Oh god, 1000! He had the right idea when going in for the push, but pretty much leaves entirely TMB. Gets one of those kills, but meanwhile, the full shutdown coming in from the side of Secret. There was a little bit of a chance for them to actually even rotate back, but the problem is that we're on top of that push already. 1000. For a little while, for a little second there, he makes the wrong call. That's how quickly the tables can turn. Really trusting that nobody's pushing in from middle. Trusting that it's going to just be a full B-side hit. No. And this round works for the side of Secret well. Look at that burning logo already. That's 4 rounds in a row. Smoke being dropped. That's going to be in front of the connector. Meanwhile, Roy. It's just going to be a full buy. Utility sacrificed. Kindo. Maybe feeling a little bit too confident. Going for a peek that doesn't really work at that point. That's got to be the first kill. Close angle. Double kill coming in from that. And for a 3-kill shutdown from 1000. A mistake on the last round, but a fix on this one. And it doesn't matter. On top of the heaven, that's just got to be Anarchist to take the rest of the 2. And Preasy. They're getting mopped. Like they were dirt on top of my floor panels. Just use a little bit of soap. And scratch it off. Oh my god. People going wild in the chat. Oh, if this game was live, this could be insane. Beautiful work. Alright, so I guess it's a new day and a new try. Meanwhile, those Deagles coming in. We haven't really seen any Deagle plays yet. Just a kill here and there. Pretty much waiting for those triple kills that we've had before. Dupree leading the charge. And it's going to be the smoke for the left side of that. Arcus is being played off. Chose the beautiful molly to cover off A side. Even the drop nade. To clear out the smoke. Doesn't actually get any information. Neither of the players really showing themselves. So to be honest, at the moment, Secret, they can be thinking about, like, they take middle control. Maybe they're faking it. But Indo already starting off with a beautiful shot. Of course the Deagle comes into action right now. Dupree hits the headshot. And that's gotta be Secret. Left in a very awkward spot, but they still have the manpower to go for the retake. Roy is very low in HP, grabbing that AK, but the problem is the more they have time, the more weapons they're just gonna pick up. Meanwhile, the push coming in. Oh god, TMB fumbles the bag. A bad sloppy spray. There's still a little bit of a chance here. Innocent. Closing into the site. They could actually go for the retake. They have the utility. They can smoke in front of A main. They can smoke on top of the bomb. They can actually use the nades. A nice spray coming in from Innocent. Dupree with the trade. On top of the bomb already. A smoke. They're gonna go for the full defuse. And that is going to be it. 0 seconds left. Secret. In front of their eyes. Punching in the numbers. Cutting the wires. And Preasy. Well, it doesn't feel easy. Timeout finally coming in from the side of Secret, actually. Getting a little bit too close to the side. Getting a little bit too close to the sauce here. They feel like they need to reset. They need to talk about a few things here and there. Because they're still on the driving seat. But from these situations, we've usually seen some heartbreaking comebacks. So anything is possible. This is entertaining at least at this point. We're getting everything out of Preasy at this point. Oh, sorry, from Secret. We're not getting everything out of Preasy, it seems. This time I could actually help them as well. Looking at the stats, the Dupree is on the top of the table. Looking a little bit better. 58% headshots, ADR 100. Or 99 if you want to be. If you want to be a little bit more accurate there, baby. Altex going for the high road. Top of A side seems to be the lurk spot for him. And we're still just waiting. Utility dump across the side. You can just hear. Can we get the third map? That's pretty much what I'm hoping for. More work. More cast, more entertainment. Meanwhile, Mace close to that smoke and knows there's a player on the left side of it. Dupree And CT side pretty much playing the same corner. He knows that he knows that he knows that he knows. Yes. And it's going to be a swap. Through the smoke, just going for the default spray. 66 HP. I think that was a nade that actually landed on top of him. You can actually throw a nade as the CT as a double. You can throw one from the connector, one from the middle. And clear that spot. Oh. Nice spray to the face. Oh, innocent. Not that innocent anymore. With that M4, he's lethal. Just a bullet to the face. A spray to it as well. And a Molotov from Altix to take control from connector. Anarchist still holding and posting. Push coming in front of B-main. EMP is starting it off with a kill. Anarchist gets the trade behind the pillar. That's gonna be the kill needed for quad. And the second one as well, Altex. From Inferno to Anubis. Anubis, bitch. Well, wait a minute. What was that? Anubis, sorry. Yeah. Well, if I'm not casting tomorrow, I got fired. A Molotov behind a pillar. Towson gets the first frag to actually get inside of that side. They know there's a player towards the quad. A beautiful shot coming in from Towson. Refresh gets the trade onto Kindo. But does he know he's already close to the side without any... Oh god, no health. Trying to grab the kids, and it's done. It's Preasy. It gets close, but they make it happen. It gets close, but they make it happen. Refresh. From that angle, he holds it down and just understanding that the only thing he has to do is play the bomb. It's the bomb! Alright. A full buy from both of the sides still. This is getting a little bit more close now. They're biting like they were lions. There was just a piece of meat in between them. Finding who gets the bigger piece at this point. A smoke on top of the molly. This time around, Mates is just a little bit too close to that corner. That could be Dupree stepping into it. There's a way he can actually clear that corner. That's an emoji. I'm not entirely sure if that's a like a fallen tree, a microphone. Oh, that's a caster. That's the caster symbol. Nice spray to the right side of that AP main in a refresh. The hero from the last round gets dropped on this round. Quick peek from Roy to bring down the numbers. Beautiful peek outside of B main. Innocent actually. With a trade towards the connector, but Altex opens up the side. There's absolutely nobody holding it. Just look at how far the rotation is. How did they get this? Innocent. 2 quick kills for him, but the problem is solo. He can't go for more. And of course, on the CT side, you have to change the gameplay, the script, whatever you want to call it. And even Landers knows, after liking my comment on YouTube, that this is a possibility. A push coming in for that A side. It seems like they've already... well, they're kind of faked the push here. A side seems to be the target, so Anarchist already pushing on top of it. A smoke to cover off the plant. Behind a pillar, a beautiful shot. If Anarchist actually goes for the pop shot through the smoke, you've already done it on Inferno. Finding the player down to the side. That's going to be Roy to get a beautiful shot. That flash literally flashes nothing. Roy! Oh, he gets outmaneuvered a little bit outside of that smoke. Doesn't really understand the orientation. And it's a 1 versus 1. Altex catches the player. That nade could actually hit him. It's a little bit damaged. A full spray coming in. He gets behind the cover. There's still time. 14-second. Altex with a spray of his life makes it happen. And Preasy tapering it to a tie. 10-10 on the board. And this is still possible. At the moment, I'm waltzing here like I'm crazy. My neighbors hate me, but it's okay. Not my fault you decided to live under me. Oh, God. Somebody said, like, how dumb of a game? No, this is exactly what we want. This is entertainment. Whoever wins, I don't give a, well, F word, but to be honest, I'm kind of hoping for map number 3. Whoever wins, Ancient, don't care. I just want to see it. At this point, That's entertainment. Altex taking the top spot from Dupree. With a little bit of a better spray, it seems. Headshot percentage 42, ADR 98. 11 deaths, 3 assists. Actually, Dupree with good stats. Refresh. Okay. Roy 10 to 15, just a little bit lower down at the moment. If they could actually activate those 2 players, that's a beautiful NA Molotov. I love it. That's a good Molotov if the CTs decide to push from the T-spawn. Covers off the B-side push. I think there's a better lineup for it though. Meanwhile, the full screen coming in, but that's going to be the quick straights from Roy. 3 is 1, and that's going to be the only weapon from the side. Roy with the full spray. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta! And that's a triple kill from the site. 3K, a hat trick, whatever you want to call it. Football terms. Holy shit, that water is blue. Alright. What's your favorite football team? I have no idea what football even is. I know there's like a ball, and for some reason they keep chasing it. Mace. Oh, is he ready for the push? Of course he is. 2 taps to the face. Dupree. Just slapped down to the floor. Not even a chance. Oh god. I'm actually running out of water at the moment. I'm just gonna place this cup underneath the chat so you people can cry. I'm gonna drink your tears in about a second. There's still just a few rounds here left. Round number 22, so... Through the smoke, Mace goes. There's a player holding it. Roy, is he ready for this one? At the moment, the orientation is just a little bit off. There's a beautiful head just sticking out of the smoke. And Mace, at the moment, 2 kills in front of Connector. He's done his job. Oh, God. Not even a trade coming in from the side of Preasy. They know they have a lot of work. 50 seconds left on the clock. 48, 47, 46, 45. A refresh. Knows there's a player close to that smoke. Innocent just making a few shots. Making sure that that smoke is clean. Refresh still actually lurking towards here. So they have the manpower at the moment. Pretty much to cover every single corner. So it's going to be a fight from wherever they go. TMB opening up the side. That's going to be Maze to drop down. Meanwhile, towards the A main. This is a... I'm not entirely sure what Secret is doing at the moment, but they had the best possible start to get this round. At the moment, A side fully lost. Even Refresh on alert. They have no idea where he is. Innocent could actually walk into that fight. Innocent gets spotted. A full spray to the face. 10 seconds left on the clock, but they dropped the bomb. But that's going to be covered by Altex. Refresh runs into the action. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. The bomb goes down. Altex left in a 1 versus 1. Just a bullet to the knee, and it's done. Not an arrow. It's going to be a bullet to the face. And Preasy, they make it a 12. And Secret, if there ever was a handbook, a guide, a script, how you can actually throw around, that's exactly how you do it. From 2 kills at the start, full coverage coming in throughout the site to go for those peaks. Preasy, well, they were pretty much just left with their mouths open, waiting for it. Easy kills. And Preasy, they know it's getting close. Famas straight with an MP9. So this is a French unit at this point, with just a bit of German. You can see those symbols just leading the way towards that A side. At the moment, even the Molotov close, just to make sure that every corner is clean. Preasy opting in for the final round. This is going to be the A-side execution. Nobody even spotting the site. Utility landing in. That is going to be a row of utility. Just bombardment everywhere. Every single angle closed. And that seems to be it. Even through the smokester, getting the headshots. Roy is making this look easy. 14 to 16. Even though the kills doesn't actually look like it at the moment, Secret, they know. They've picked Anubis as a map. Had one of the best comebacks in a while on the CT side. And Preasy, just a few kills away from shutting this down. That's a little bit of a sloppy spray, but Refresh does actually get 2,000, gets sprayed behind a smoke. Just a kill away from number 3. And that's where we are going to be landing. We are heading towards Ancient. Preasy, they make this happen. And the chat has filled my cup. Look at this. This is all tears. This is all tears. And I'm about to drink it. So, we're gonna take a little bit of a break before we hop into map number 3. I'm gonna finish this cup, maybe actually place it under the chat again, and see what's about to happen. So, we'll see you in about a second or two. Hopefully you have a good time. Well, it's old. It's very ferny. And it's the third map. It's called The Ancient. And we have a full hour for some reason to figure out which one of these teams can actually win the knife round. So hopefully they're not going to slack off, especially with the first player seeming to drop out of the server. Is this real? Hello? Seems like we have a little bit of a problem here at the start. So we are going to... Wait a minute. It seems like one of the players is back. Okay. Well, that was anticlimactic. Welcome to the stream, though. Hopefully you boys are having a good time. If there's an issue on a server, we are going to go for a restart. It's not the end of the world. Nada really that bad. Hey, Boo-Boo. Ah, seems like it's final on the server. Hey, Bobo. Seems like they are going to be restarting the knife round at the start. So somebody's going to write it in the chat. And here we go. Click. Click here. Okay, good boys. Good boys. So, welcome back to the stream as we are going to be hopping onto the knife round. Look at that emerald knife. It's beautiful. The full push coming in from middle. It's going to be Dupree from the backlines. Already the player on top of him. And that's going to be the first knife slash. Maze, Innocent, and Kindo. Everybody hopping in. Getting those kills except Anarchists. And Secret, they get to choose which side they do want to start. Wait a minute. I have a lighter on my hand for some reason. Does it work? It does. So, we're going to take just a little bit of a break here and wait for the team to be ready to hop into the server. So, we're going to hop into the third map of the day. That's going to be Ancient. We already have a little bit of a question on map number 1. Seems to be a little bit floppy at the start. Preasy just a little bit sleepy. On map number 2, on Anubis, there's a very good chance for Secret to actually win the round. Just one round pretty much turns it onto their heads for some reason, starting in with those pushes, especially from a situation that they already won very good 2 nice kills at the starts. And for some reason, they just decided to go for a little bit more, and it flips it, and pretty much it goes tits up. So, at the moment that we are going to be hopping into Ancient, now the question is, what kind of a history these teams have? Well, do they actually have any games against each other? Of course not, because Secret doesn't actually have that much map history here. But looking at Secret's maps in Ancient, it's going to be 50% against Preasy's 20 map played 50%. So 4 maps versus 20. Preasy should have the experience. Already a few taps to make sure that they have a little bit of information, I guess. That's going to be TMB to open up the game on our guess. And remember, anything that happened before, it's going to be reset. Doesn't matter anymore. Migro from Karate Kid. I'm a little bit scared at the moment to check out who he is. Roy opens up the B side with a nice shot, but they're not going to be stacking it towards the B. Look at this. This is just going to be a full rotation from the back angle. Altex, oh, they have every single corner at the moment. Preasy, they're just out playing Secret. No. He's Duel is just finding a little bit more. He's still just harassing Kindo. Has to be careful here, and that's just gonna be Kindo. With 1 kills onto Altex. And Preasy with a very clean pistol round. That's what you think that I look like? Like a good boy? Isn't he like the bad guy? He's a bad guy. He's a bad boy. All right. So, game already started and it's popped. This is going to be pretty much a full buy from the side of Preasy, of course. Meanwhile, it's just going to be a full save from the side of Secret. Already every single player spotted. This is just going to be the blender. Full spray down coming in. Roy with 2, Dupree with 1 TMB. Makes it a 1 as well. Altex, before he goes down, he got that 1 kill. So at least everybody almost getting to step into that pile a little bit. And these are just the starting rounds. They don't really matter that much. Of course, the pistol is going to be important. And as rounds, they're important. But once we get those weapons in the game, that's where the game starts. Utility spam from middle. Smoke's being spent as well. Rolling the one to lead the charge from the lane. Actually spotting 1000 on the rotation. Drops him. Nice catch. Anarchist from the red room pretty much posted middle. Making sure that nobody's going to get all the angles for free. Spotting the backside of those players at the moment. They're not really covering anything. But Kindo tries to go for a little bit more. Roy is awake for that fight. Refresh behind the Donuts pillar. And they have so much information. Knowing exactly that there's still a player towards the A side, one towards the red. Even though if they lose that fight, doesn't matter. They already have so much control here. Molotov for the crosser there. Actually can't go for anything crazy. Meanwhile, TMB posting the wall. Wait a minute. Altix a little bit of a sloppy push there. I'm not entirely sure what the idea was. They barely have any utility. Only a flash. That's on the hands of Roy. Sorry, TMB. Roy only gets one, and that's just going to be the retake. Secret. With the weapons, they actually make it happen. And Preasy in a very good spot there to win a round like this and make it a very long chain. But for some reason, Secret, they get many opportunities to win those fights. And that's a problem that we've been spotting from a team like Preasy, that they keep pressing forwards in most of these situations. And especially from middle, that could have been a very good spot for the teammates just to lurk from the backlines, leave it entirely. Maybe it's not timing a little bit, but we've seen this, for example, in Inferno as well. And to be honest, we saw the similar game style from Secret on Anubis. And of course, on that map, you have to be a little bit more active. That's the issue. Molotov utility's been used for every single angle. They're definitely gonna opting for that middle push. Wait a minute. Kindo just burns to a crisp. Meanwhile, the lane is still in hold. Amaze. Knowing that they just won a round, he has to be very careful. He actually spots the shadow off of Roy, I think. That might have been just a little bit of a bamboozle from the last particles of that smoke, so. Nice shot from middle to Pre, dropping down 1000. Innocent is going to get one. That's going to be TMB with the trade. Meanwhile, Anarchist gets one as well. But meanwhile, the numbers are just working every single time. Secret to get a kill. They are just getting traded quickly. And as it drops into a 1 versus 2, Alt Anarchist, he's not actually even going to attempt the possibility for a retake. And on the new meta, we barely actually see any retakes anymore, so that's a reason for the change on the economy as well. Kind of hoping for more retakes in the future. Of course, when the CT side feels like they barely can buy anyways, we're not going to get anything. Trying to save that AK for next round. Who do you think will win between Liquid and Saw? Well, Saw was a pretty snappy team on the last tournament. That was, I don't remember exactly, was it on around Mars? I don't remember exactly, or some kind of a blast fun. I'm not entirely sure where they were playing, but they did win a few teams and looked good against somebody. But the problem is that Liquid, especially now that the major, usually teams, when they don't actually qualify for the major, they feel under pressured. Or, sorry, not pressured at all. They might actually spank them out of the server. Or they might be mentally entirely aft. Which gives Saw the easy victory. The question is, what side are we going to get? Preasy already converting one last round here. Give me a second. Liquid versus Saw. Just, I don't remember who... Against who Saw was playing in what tournament. Bombardment coming on towards that A main already. Or sorry, for the cave. And... yeah, they won against Monte, Rush B, Fnatic, Enterprise, Ninjas in Pajamas. That's a 2-0 straight for Saw. Not a bad win streak, to be honest. Thoughts on Simple's performance yesterday? Not that, well, it's kind of, that's actually, I was looking at the stats, that was the first minus game that he've ever had since 2000, I think it's 2016. First minus tournament. So that's the first red on top. Everything else is just green. A straight line of green. But, of course, Simple hasn't touched the game on a professional level for a while. And pretty much starting for the first time on CS2. He had one good map, which was okay. But, of course, on the two other ones, it was a little bit of a flop, so... I think the only thing he needs is just a few games more. Of course, an online tournament as well, so... It is what it is. Well, just one AK being saved from the side of Anarchist. And we're about to see the great reset. A few taps coming in from that USB, not really hitting the headshot, so... Peppering the player, like we like to say. And a round on the board for the side of Preasy. A 4 on the board. Looking good. Secret. Still miles away from a good health here, so... Everything's still on the table. It's not the end of the world. Secret can still turn this around if they have a great CT side. Meanwhile, the same can actually go for the side of Preasy, and to be honest, we're halfway there already. If they double the scoreline, that is going to be heartbreaking. And there seems to be just a little bit of a secret in the server as they are going to be going for a few FAMASes, and that's just going to be an off and a hands from Anarchist. Push coming on towards the lane behind the smoke. Roy already going in for the full run, trying to catch out the player from middle. Doesn't work out. TMB meanwhile opens up the B site, and a Molotov deep inside to the CT cross, and even actually catches the player. That's going to be the Molotov. Does enough damage with the bullets. And the last spark from that flame takes down the player. And that is going to be the worst start for a gun round I've ever seen. Secret already opting in for a save. Meanwhile, 1000 knows that they're about to chase him down. Just only if they saw the health points left. That's not a lot of health to play around with from the side of Preasy. There's a little bit of a lurk, but refresh. He has his guns in his hands. A golden AK, a bullet to the face. And that is all she wrote. Secret. A bit of an unlucky fight here and there. They actually did win the first kill towards the lane fight against Roy. The problem is, at the same time, TMB. He just opens that B side with a key. Steps in, gets the frag, and it's done. Even a second one coming in. Wanna know a secret? LOL. LOL. Huh. All right. So far, we have seen some very quick executions from the side of Preasy, and to be honest, without some utility as well. So, the dynamic gameplay at the moment seems to be working on this map. It seems like they had a little bit, a few problems and a few hiccups here in Inferno. But checking what's happening in Ancient at the moment, it's looking very crispy. Lower pit fight works out for the side of TMB. That's going to be Maze pretty much just walking into those bullets, trying to go for an opener. Innocent actually the second on board. Wait a minute, that fight is supposed to work for TMB, but somehow it just pretty much sleeps on the wheel. Innocent wins the fight, brings it back to a 4 versus 4, and there's still a little bit of a chance with the double peak coming in at the same time. Dupree plus the damage for first gets the kill, but it's going to be a close double spray coming in from that FAMAS. 3 versus 2, and just look at this. Anarchist left alone towards the A side, and even Innocent already giving up the B side entirely. That deep Molotov, it telegraphs that they have lost it all. Even a smoke and a nade behind it does a little bit damage. That's just insult to injury. Holy, I'm not even going to say the S word, but Preasy, they're like water at the moment. If a container shifts its size, they're just going to fill it up. That sounds a little bit dirty if you have a dirty mind, but it doesn't matter. Preasy, 5 on the board already. They're about to get their 6th. And here we are. Secret already losing the possibility for the victory for this half. Boom. Up shot lands on the target. Even through the Molotov. Oh, innocent! Inches away from death. But actually gets to save that weapon for the next round. So they have a little bit of a chance on that buy. I need to open up the window. The sun is heating the side of this house so hard at the moment. It feels like an oven. God, the air doesn't seem to be changing. Please! Giving me fresh air. And a full buy from the side of Secret again, of course. 1,000. Off with a few utilities. Could be using a smoke, but he's just gonna opt in for a nade and a flash. Meanwhile, the problem, we have seen this many times in a row from Dupree, that he has the right idea close to the smoke, but then he turns around at the worst timing possible. Meanwhile, trades coming in from the side of Preasy, so they lose 2 players at the start, but with trades. And a nade close to the ninja spot here, or dark, whatever you want to call it, cubby. What a beautiful headshot. Knowing exactly where the corners lie. A tap to the face, refresh. This is the reason why Copenhagen Flames, when they were doing well, of course, the rest of the lineup. That's actually Roy. Chilling with him as well. Actually, sorry, Refresh was playing for Heroic. I'm flipping at the moment. Was he playing for Copenhagen Wolves at any time? Copenhagen Flames, sorry. Warrior Castle from Finland, in the stand. It's one of those kills that's gonna be a quick trade from TMB. Meanwhile, even through the smoke, Kindo takes a few bullets. And he has to get to that side. Meanwhile, there's a player covering the cross. TMB doesn't actually have to even stay alive as long as his teammate does. Of course, a bullet to the face is going to be even better. Let's check out Refresh's history. I keep forgetting where some of these players play. Or have played. My body is just malfunctioning at the moment. Sorry for that. Teams and Copenhagen Flames. Yeah, he was playing for Copenhagen Flames. I thought it was going crazy. Okay. It was just a little time there, but okay. Was it the same time as Roy? No, it's the Hooksy, Refresh, Nodios, Hectos, and Queenix lineup. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, after that, I think they went for a shuffle, yeah. But nice nade. That's a good one to the start. This is going to be the first A-side execution that we are going to be seeing on the stream. TMB starts off the round very well. First shot for him. There seems to be a Brazilian on the server at the moment. How do you feel about the fact that the Brazilians actually got through the major? They're gonna get a nice cash injection, which is gonna be awesome for them. Furia, Legacy, Imperial, and Pain. Not a bad lineup. Not a bad stack of teams to actually get through. There's going to be Dupree behind the box, just holding that flash. Takes care of his fight, but he still manages to win this fight. Very good. Gets even the second one, Dupree. Doesn't seem like the flash affected him at all, and Preasy getting their 8th round. I'm gonna pin that comment. I like those birds. Full push. Nice play from the side of Dupree. Look at this. Even the flash doesn't seem to be affecting him at all. And a good after-plan position from the side of Preasy, so you can see a lot more control compared to the earlier rounds on the other maps. Preasy doesn't feel like they're leaving situations up to chance anymore. There was just a little bit of a high push at the start when they lost that one round, but it's like they learned from it pretty quickly. And Refresh with his teammates pretty much just opting in for the beat round. Oh god, I'm not entirely sure how they're making these reads, but they have been pushing to the okay, that's a mosquito. Have been pushing to the weaker side every time now. Kindo hopping into that middle control, doesn't spot a soul. Molotovs lands for the push. That is going to be Innocent. Just leave the side, already spawning the players on the corner. Already Dupree just taking a few tags. Doesn't really matter that much. A flash for the long behind the smoke. Dupree, he doesn't actually have to go for the stick. They're going to go for a little bit of a spat, actually hitting Olympics in the face. And this whole situation just gets reset. To be honest, save the armor would be the best opportunity here with these pistols who barely getting in. Double kill going in for Dupree from the lane. A kill, Mace with Kind. They could actually even reset the money here. What are people laughing at the chat at the moment? What's happening? And it seems like they are just trying to get away with those weapons that they have. Maze trying to save that MP9 for the next round. And it's done.
Terrorists win.
Look, I have no idea what happened. Well, as long as you guys are having a good time. Papa-doopy-doo-dee-doo. 9 on the board, Preasy. When you spat on your mic... I blew them... okay, there was a mosquito. There's a mosquito. That sound is very annoying when you're trying to sleep. Just letting you know. Okay, back to the new round. 10th on the board could be possible. Look at this beautiful peak. Perfect timing. It's the shot, but that's going to be a quick reply from Towson with this again. Like I keep saying, Preasy choosing the right side every single time. And again, with a full A side without a play of Roy, just pretty much fakes the B side push with just that one kill. And Preasy already with the bomb down, and to be honest, Secret. There's not enough rounds. They kind of have to go for a retake, but the problem is they don't have the money, so if they lose these weapons, there's not going to be a buy for the next round. Anarchist gets the first kill onto Altex. Wait a minute, what's happening at the moment? Dupree left alone in a 1 versus 4. The full push coming in, he's still holding it. Off the corner, gets the first one. He gets shut down. And somehow, Secret, they pretty much win every single fight needed. Die. Okay. Off to a new round we go. The last one from this half. And the only thing we pretty much need. Well, to be honest, for Secret to have a chance here, they really need this round. This is the round they need. It's not about wanting. It's not about looking for it. It's about needing, especially with that first shot from TMB, just rips the head off of Kindo. Goes for just a little bit of peek. Headshot. Meanwhile, a second kill coming in from Altex. Dupree opening up A side. Oh my god, this is just pretty much this is like a retake server. Sorry, no. This is like a refrag server of entry frags. And they're just practicing. Every single shot on point. Every single step into the sights. Easy. Only losing, not actually even losing a player in this round. Really not even actually using that many utilities. The only one to not get out and kill in this round is Refresh. And that's where the problems chime in. 10 on the board. 2 for the side of Secret. Hopefully they have some kind of a secret for the last map here. Preasy. I'm not entirely sure what Preasy means. Let me actually try to check this out. Or did they actually question the most talented and the skilled caster, hard or soft tacos? To be honest, both, but grilled on the top. Actually, I make a very good tacos, especially with guacamole. Oh my god! Oh my god! Preasy, what does Preasy mean? Or I think Preasy could be one of those names that it literally means nothing. So when you actually write it on Google, you always find them as a search result. Literally, 180 from that one team. I think it was Titans, the MSL project. So what you were trying to actually look for that team, you couldn't find it. You just couldn't. PR easy. So like easy. Is that what it is? Okay. So, meanwhile, Dupree upping in for the backside, goes for the air shot, doesn't really hit, but gets one from the cross, gets the second one as well. Meanwhile, close to the side, 1000. Quick shot to the backside of that box. They have the ace up. The problem is that there's already a rotation very close nearby. If your blitz flies by, you have to be careful of your own team and not to hit him back to the head. And from the air, 1000 gets that shot from that USB, a refreshing TMB. Going for a little bit of a closer hold here. Meanwhile, rotating back towards the A main. That seems to be refreshed on the long lurk. And just look at the play. They're actually deciding to go for the donut push, knowing that the last two players were spotted over here. Now they can pretty much go for whatever they play that they feel like, as long as they don't get caught. TMB seeming to be a little bit questionable at the moment. Goes for the red push. Gets tapped down. 1000 with 6 HP. He's still limping. Preasy is an orc by Danish energy company. Here's something like this. Heard something like this when they appear. Donut. Okay, interesting. So it's like Metisport. Metisport isn't like that, like a harbor thing or stuff like that. Kind of interesting. Yeah. Yeah. You remember the Milwaukee debate? Yes, of course I do. I will remember that. I've never seen milk being written with a W, so I will remember that until the day I die. Well, they're going to be just chasing down the last player. And that's a kind of anticlimactic round at the start. But it doesn't matter. Or sorry, from the end. So, Secret, they do win the round, and a very good round for them. If they want to fight for the map here, Preasy still needing to put 3 on the board, 2 just to make it a match point, well, not a championship point, a lower bracket round point, I guess. Some of these teams, they have some very interesting history. I love it. Preasy are currently owned by Michael Hertz, who founded the esports side of the organization in 2023 under the same name as the electric subscription company Preasy. Okay. So this is going to be an interesting project. The question is, do they have like, are they going to be pretty much using money for the future signings? That could be interesting, especially if they have some money to throw around. Nice catch from Innocent to drop down Roy. Goes for the second one. Pretty much just tapping with the Galil here. Knowing just the bullet is enough. Altex takes 1. Denmark. Denmark is a very beautiful country. I'm actually thinking about visiting one day. I did meet a very nice girl from Denmark. People seem to have a very good grasp on family ideas, so it's kind of cool. Denmark. This is just going to be a standard round. Pretty much. The question is, are they going to lose a player? No, it's just going to be pretty much a spray down from those Mac 10s. Anarchist gets 2. That's going to be Kindo with 1. Check their logo. No, I did see the bolt of electricity. I'm not like dumb. Yes, I do see the big bolt in front of my screen. But for example, Australis has the star logo. It doesn't mean that they have a space station. Just saying, you know. Secret, well, they don't own every single eye in the planet. Okay, a middle push seems like a few rounds. The early rounds to the side of Secret. They could actually do something with this now. Just 6 rounds for them to actually turn it around here. Starting to drop from the sky. Meanwhile, it's just going to be the first line of attack. Being taken care of 1000. Want to actually take out the crosshair. Meanwhile, quick trade coming in from Innocent. He knows the politics is low. And just a few taps through the plywood, but it doesn't matter. The bomb goes down. refresh. Still on the backlines, and to be honest, there's a little bit of a call here, especially when TMB and Dupree goes down. It seems to be just a save. There's no reason to go for this anymore. Losing those players early on drops every chance for that comeback here. Oh, Roy even gets caught off. And to be honest, this is the best way for Secret to get back into the game, to try to mop the players and try to get that nip one weapon save for them to actually force on top of that. And we could actually see something interesting. Nice camera angle. Denmark is fun. It's very Central European compared to the rest of Scandinavia, and in my opinion, drinking places are full even during the week, etc. Do you think that's like a big thing in Finland if the drinking place wasn't open? We almost went to war with our government when they tried to shut down Alco. I think I'm not entirely sure. When we do blood tests, we don't actually look for hemoglobin or anything like that. We just look for a percentage. Oh, it's 4.7. You're okay. Yeah. Oh, you have leukemia? Here's a bottle of alcohol. Okay, back to the game. Astralis hosting a LAN in the International Space Station. Oh, don't say that to the flat earthers. They think it's the polio ball. Refresh, getting the first player. Oh, that eagle shot is gonna be crisp. Those are gonna be the two very early kills needed. Of course, going for the spam through the smoke. This is getting interesting now. Preasy, if they could actually win this round, they can shut it down over here already. Secret still, the side control. The particles out of that smoke starting to fall off for the full spring. I'm not entirely sure why Innis decided that it's a good idea to plant the bomb so open. Dupree, if he gets a kill with that deagle, that's going to be the second one for him on the round, and Kindo left miles away to go for the clutch. It's going to be a 1 versus 4, a minute left on the board. And that's just gonna be a mop down. 4 players left. The weapons have been converted. All the money is going to look crisp for the side of Preasy from now on. I'm finished too, Morjesta. Danes definitely are more special and go... Wait a minute. They go more than us and the rest. Yeah, they might actually... Do they have like a better bar culture, I think? Because what's actually a little bit depressing with Finns, I think, is that they drink in their houses alone. I'm not sure if that's a good thing, so... We used to party a lot, so... That's kind of cool. At the moment, there's language in the chat that I just don't understand. Morjesta, morjesta. We are waiting. There's a little bit of a technical pause here. Some kind of an issue. 5 on the board. Preasy just 2 away. If they win this round, it's going to be match point. Meanwhile, Secret. They need 6 on the board just to bring it to a tie. 7 to make this happen. Caster, for hard and soft tacos, do I put rice on the bottom? No, it depends on you if you like rice. If you want more taste, it's going to be pulled pork, of course. A little bit a sprint of lime. You're gonna have some coriander there. Of course, you're gonna have your guacamole. Or like the Americans say, guacamole. I like a tab of guacamole. And just a little bit of le tacos. I want tacos. Yes. Okay. Yes, queen. Give me my pumpkin spice latte. But yeah. So, you have your guacamole. Just a bit of French cream. Not the one from the men. The one from the store. And... that's pretty much it. You can put some salad in there, some tomatoes, if you want. But if you want it to be a little bit more filling, rice. What is this pause for? They're going to the Astralis International Space Station. They're gonna have the rest of the finals over there. It's gonna take a few seconds for them to land, and they get the PCs ready. Oh, there's the... What is bro yapping about? That's the first line of line from the chat that actually stuck with me even throughout the night. What is pro yapping about? What is pro yapping about? God. All right. Still waiting, and it seems like we are at the end of the freeze time. So, a new round. 7 on the board. 17 on the board. Good age. I was young, dumb, and blind. Molotovs being used at the start. That's gonna be Roy just to use his utility, but 1000 true. And comes out alive. The idea is to get as much space towards the cave as he can. Slow round start here, 1000. Making sure that nobody's pushing in from middle. Roy really not opting to fight through the smoke here. No risks, just some default holds. The question is, how long can they actually go for it? It seems like it's going to be the A side, the boost on top of the platform here. That's going to be refresh to actually take in the full push. And Maze could actually go for the overtop kill here. I'm not entirely sure. There is a way to actually spot him through the shadows. He's not careful. Meanwhile, 1000 opting in for the first 2 kills. Refresh, keeping his head cold, going for the full swing. Gets almost even the third one. Oh my god! Is this going to be the shutdown of their lives? And on top of the platform, that is going to be Kindo actually boosted. Brings it back to 2 versus 2. The problem is the HP Anarchist barely alive. Kindo is being taken care of, and a bullet is going to be enough to drop down the Israeli Opper. Just opting in with that scout, or sorry, op. AVP. 2 points of health left. And he's just hunting. Needs to win one of these fights, especially when the bomb is being left so far away. Caster, where do I find the demo after? Usually, back in the days, you could actually find the demo from, sorry, give me my brain just skipped like 48 beats. You could find the demo from HLTV. I'm not sure if they still actually post the demos to HLTV, if that's a thing. I think it is. Because let me actually check results over here. Do they have the demo gallery? Yeah, demo sponsored by Bitskins. You can actually... Yeah, it's going to be on top of the map, so you can actually open the demos there. I'm not sure for these games are we going to have them. It could be a good idea. So after the game, you can actually open it up from there and just check out if there's... I'm going to check on old game if there's like any demos. It is a very good idea to post them for people to... If they want to check something or whatever it is. Demo sponsored by... Yeah. You can actually... Yeah. After the game, when you open up the match page where you find Secret versus Preasy, it takes a little while for them to actually refresh it, but it will be posted on top of the map number 1, map number 2, map number 3, whatever it is. So you can find the full demos from there. Donut milloin striimi? En mä tiedä, katsotaan. We'll see in the future. We're playing Valheim at the moment. There was a new somebody made like a custom map to Valheim. Almost a story mode. Oh, that looks crispy. It looks good. Okay. A potential last round on the board. Nade bombardment for the back space of that lane. Doesn't really catch anybody. Meanwhile, the full push coming in. That's going to be 1000 with the first kill on towards TMB. It's not going to be the bullets. It's going to be the burn. To drop him down. Roy. Long angle. Weapon speed. Changed a full spray to the face. Tap. Makes it look very crispy. Very good. Is there a game after this? Unfortunately, no. The game after this got rescheduled for tomorrow. I will be casting tomorrow as well. Only the 2 first best of 3s. Oh, look at that. First kill from Anarchist. Opens up the side with the second one as well. They have the numbers at the moment to win this round. Meanwhile, Altex from the... He's not actually going to be spotting. Anarchist doesn't spot him! What is happening at the moment? No! Altex with both of the kills and with the bomb on the floor. Innocent. Left miles away. And already the fake defuse coming in. The second he's going to be using those bullets. He's gonna be cut off. And that is so close to being the round there. Trying to go for the spam. No, through the smoke. Altex out with a 3K, and it is done. What a play from the young Danish, whatever you want to call him. Rifler. Chad, a stud, a Giga Chad, making a place. And Anarchist just missing that whole situation. Doesn't actually spot the push coming in from the ruins. And it is done. By the way, that's me. That right there. That's a good boy. So, that's pretty much the best of 3 done. We don't have any more games, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So, that was pretty much it. I was your host, your caster. Today, we are about to check out what happened in the brackets. So, let's open up the brackets in about a second. It takes a little while for them to actually write the names on the right spots, but that was a good game. Preasy, getting a little bit questionable at the start here in Inferno. I was kind of actually waiting for that map to be a banger. You can actually see what happened. So against Mouse NXT, they did lose 2-1. Meanwhile, Secret lost against K10. We did cast that match. On the lower bracket, it means, unfortunately, that Secret, well, the airport, hopefully they packed their bags, and Preasy, they continue on the lower round. So against the winner from Mouse NXT and K10, and then we actually see which of these 2 teams have the possibility to get out of that group. So that was it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the cast. I had a blast and it was fun. You guys are awesome. We're about to see you tomorrow as well. We have 2 games that we're about to cast, and after that, even an extra game. And that's going to be Magic Albus casting after me. So, see you tomorrow. Have a good time.